A lone tarnished risen from the dead with one goal in mind, to become the ruler of all things living, the Elden Lord. From a petty grave, overcoming challenges headfirst along the way, even when under level, stopping at nothing to reach the city of Lindau to take thy meager throne. With the final objective in sight, the removal of the thorns to the Great Erd Tree, our adventurer heads north into the mountaintops of the giants to reach... Oh, what the hell is this? Yes, I have travelled long and far, and despite the odds stacked against me, I have finally made my way through Lindau, killed Morgoth the Omen King, and resulted in the barrier to the eastern elevator to be destroyed. With no hesitation, I make my way towards it, arriving safely at the top, and then rode another back down, kinda like what I'm used to doing on a Saturday night when before me lies the Forbidden Lands, a place no mortal should ever bear witness to, nor expect to cross. And the reason why is because you can only see 5 feet ahead of you, and you have a small 100% chance of falling to your death. But that didn't stop me from racing through without any issue, though the elevator guy managed to for 20 minutes. But just like the others before him, he's sent off to the annual Why Don't You Just Go Fuck Off convention, and his moment of victory is tarnished forever. Yeah, I'll see myself out. Shortly after that, I hold up the secret Rolled medallion, and I begin the slow ride to the top. Again, seriously, if Fromsoftware aren't reusing bosses, they make an elevator somewhere in the world. Finally, I've found the mountaintops of the giants, but that's only the start of the journey. Oh, it's a long, painful one, dear child. Very painful. First, I started by trying to make new friends. It goes as well as you'd expect, and he doesn't reciprocate the love that I showed him. Next time, I avoid him altogether and make my way up the mountain, past another group rocking some serious headgear, and allows me to proceed forward. This is what we call a dick move. The mountaintops is where your skill is tested and your patience more so. And I swear every enemy does 4 times as much damage as anything before, so I hope you don't get attached to being alive anytime soon. Walking onto the frozen lake, a chilling mist fills the air. Then I fill the air because he turns me into a human ashtray. A quick respawn later, and I show Borealis I like my dragons how I like my steak, bleeding. And then run into a tree up ahead that pounds me like pussy after he's been locked in jail. You fuck. And then run into a tree up ahead that pounds me like pussy after he's... Let's try this again. And pounds me like the stepdaughter he never had. Starting to think I'm a little out of place here. Hold up. And in return, I pound them back. With some more health under my wing and a burning hatred for dogs, the path forward is laid bare with the Forge of the Giants in the distance. Now you guys should know that every boss in Elden Ring typically has a cool name, right? Well, this guy is called Fire Giant. Guess Fromsoftware is too busy making elevators to care about naming him. When he falls, of course he does, I charge towards the Forge of the Giants. Why am I here, you ask? Well, rounding the top, I find a single point of grace on the rim of the forge and then call Melina for a little chat.
Are you prepared to commit a cardinal sin? Very well. Let my hand rest upon you for but a moment. You shall burn for the sake of the new Lord. Thank you for guiding me here. Goodbye.
Oh, fuck. Melina sacrifices herself to torch the Erd Tree. I wake up in a location I don't remember. I think we can all say we've had Saturday mornings like this before. Crumbling farum azula, or in short, hell. You think enemies and mountaintops hit hard? Not even close. This place is a labyrinthian nightmare, where reality ceases to exist, monsters come from every angle, and death is not an option. It's guaranteed. I'm greeted immediately by a dragon who fancies my insides, and happens to provide a shocking revelation. And that's only the start of the horror. This is the origination of the various farum beasts you can find as bosses throughout the world of the lands between. So I hope you like seeing them, because there's only a few. Okay, maybe more than a few. Also, some have lightning now. Farum is basically Mario, and the fact you jump on the various platforms, landing on top of enemies is the best way to kill them, and your princess is definitely in another castle. Also featuring the return of a guy who's given me way more trouble than I'd like to admit. On the bright side, just know the Godskin duo will always love you and add you to their wardrobe if you're lucky. Still not cotton, by the way. When these two go down, on the second attempt, by the way, I take a left and keep heading towards the center. Seriously though, this is like Zen from Half-Life, way too much fucking platforming. Through resurrecting beasts, dragons with more health than 90% of bosses, bosses.
And more fucking platforming.
I managed to find a lost Crucible Knight, but that's okay because I helped send them home where he can join all the other Crucible Knights I've killed. Hey, they started it. I feel there's not too much to add to what's going on here, but you know what Fromsoftware never disappoints with? My journey to the center of this godforsaken place is nearly at an end. I mean, it would be if this draconic tree sentinel didn't keep killing me over and over again, so it fills me with immense pleasure to see him get completely wrecked.
Get good, scrub.
The final door to escape awaits in front of me. I make sure my weapons are in check, drain a large canister of G Fuel, and make my way into the fog. Firstly, yes, that was a no-hit. Secondly, Maliketh is dead, and I now hold the Rune of Death. And free. I swear it was like that before I got here. Okay, maybe not quite. Lendale is reduced to being a literal city of ash. A once renowned capital, nothing more than a mere wasteland. But hey, at least I can finally afford to buy a house. The final walk through the ruined streets is a somber one, and at this point I start to question whether or not it's all been worth it. I should, but I'm not. Speaking of... totally worth it. A myriad of stairs lies before me, with an old friend guarding the way. Friend in quotations. He wants to stop me from becoming Elden Lord for some reasons I probably should have listened to, but he's come down with this severe case of I can't hear you with the sword in your throat. With Gideon dead, a point of grace ignited. The entrance to the Erd Tree finally lies in front of me. Nothing can stop me now.
Where do these bosses keep coming from?
Thy strength befits a crown.
My worth is proven, with Godfrey the first Elden Lord falling by my blade. But it's not over yet.
Oh, so where do these bosses keep coming from?
A soul tarnished awoken in the Chapel of Anticipation, thrown into the world of the lands between with nothing to lose, but everything to gain. From having my teeth kicked in by the lowest of enemies, to slaughtering the strongest of gods this world has known. And now, I'm so close. I begin the final climb of the stairs to the center of this world, to the entrance of the Great Erd Tree for the last time. Because this is the moment I've been waiting for. The moment I become the Elden Lord. It is done. Radagon and the Elden Beast are defeated, and the statue of fractured Marika lies in the center, the ruined body that was once Radagon's. Everything I have done has led me to the singular moment. Ranni's summon sign on the floor awaits the touch of the destined Tarnished, and thus the Age of the Stars can be set in motion. Ranni and the Tarnished can disappear into the night sky together. In her words,
1,000-year voyage under the wisdom of the moon.
but this leaves the lands between without a lord for the first time, and this goes against everything I work towards. I don't want to become just the Elden Lord. I intend to become the Elden Lord. You see, I have already seen what is to come if one accompanies Lady Ranni to the stars, and I have decided against it. Instead, I choose to stay, and choose to become the strongest being possible, to wield gear others could not, to make all my enemies cower in fear. And I choose to uncover all the secrets of the land, to fight every boss possible, and care for the lands between and all that kind of stuff, and to prove I am the one worthy of being called the Elden Lord. Okay, fine, I simped and went with Ranni. Sue me.